I first saw her across the empty gorge, standing on the far ridge where no one should have been, even from kilometers away. The curve of her silhouette pulled the eye. I wanted to look longer, but she turned, as if she felt my gaze, and I flinched away. I'd been warned, whatever happens across the canyon, do not interfere and do not try to communicate. My post is a watchtower bolted to the canyon's edge. I am Levi, the new keeper. The strange part isn't the solitude, it is the arsenal. Auto-close fang and gun turrets are planted every 600 meters. A satellite receiver links to the outside world every kilometer. And inside the canyon, massive suspended mines hang every 10 meters like iron fruit. It all looks like theater until you feel the purpose under the dust, as if the desert is bracing for something you can't see. The last guard told me the job was simple. Simple as being a meticulous tech. Check every system, top off every magazine, make it a year, and someone takes your place. But command had called the assignment critical. They sedated me en route and dropped me into this fissure in the world. Now I didn't even know the goal. Were we stopping intruders from coming in? The last guard had murmured a different answer. We were keeping whatever lived in the gorge from getting out. I stared into that hollow and wondered what could possibly be there. On the second day, his term ended, and he was cleared to go home. He hiked for tens of kilometers to a mountaintop, popped a smoke can, and called for pickup. He clipped in just before he reached the helicopter. The team drew a pistol, shot him, cut the line, and sent him back into the ravine. Then they reported the handover complete. I didn't know any of this at the time. Meanwhile, I started my new day, patrol the perimeter, test systems, log faults, swap belts. It really was a repairman's grind, more monotonous than I'd imagined. After a month, I filed my report to the military, the second human voice I'd heard since arriving. Curiosity got the better of me. I asked a question. The line died, no answer. The silence sounded deliberate. Boredom sharpened the memory of the warning, don't spy on the opposite tower. So I did exactly that. I raised my binoculars, swept the far ridge, and found no real difference except their keeper was a woman. Drasa, and from the way she hovered at her railing, she was just as curious about me. She made the first move. A single shot cracked the stillness and pulled me outside. When I glassed the far side, she was holding up a notepad. At that distance, paper and marker were all we had. Her first question asked my name. I wrote back the same way, kept the last guard's warning in mind, and declined to answer. I figured that would end it. She flashed another quick reply, playful enough to pull a smile out of me, so I filled my cup, lifted it to her across the wind, and wrote one simple line, "Happy birthday." That small gesture closed the gap. Two strangers couldn't cross. She slid a disc into a player. Music spilled into the heat. We were mid-phase celebration when the gorge itself seemed to tense. I shouldered my rifle and looked down at something I had never seen before, something that did not belong to any world I knew.